I would like to
soon.
revisit this
I mean,
PPE situation.
I don't want to take a break.
There's,
I'd like to just keep playing and get this over with.
Prima donna.
I mean, can't you just go get your burger, eat it here, and let's go?
I'd be happy to.
A couple of ladies for Phil.
I've been eating at the tables. I wasn't supposed to.
on the button.
I just don't want to take a long break, so the quicker the better, please.
Blinds have edged up to 1,500, 3,000 here. And Hellmuth limping. He just wants to trap.
He's basically just coming with the limp.
This is just his favorite. But look at this. Esfandiari's flopped himself the spade draw.
Yes.
4,000.
Probably we're going to call if we're Antonio. Raising is not out of the realm whatsoever, but it looks like he is reaching.
14,000.
Yeah, 4 turns into 14, and
let's see.
Hellmuth.
It's not as if Antonio wouldn't have defended if Phil had just raised with a suited 10, so it's not like he's totally carved out his path, but off we go. Nice turn for Hellmuth. Now we're ahead of the 8 deuce, which is a little bit of a thing in a limp check pot.
Antonio no longer barreling. So he knows once Hellmuth calls that extra 10,000, something's up.
And I think here we might want to go with a course, kind of like a blocky sizing. He checks. I would have given it just a little sprinkle. Just let him know we're here. Queen, queen, quite strong. Now he's trying to pick off the bluffs. Will Antonio bluff with this 10 high? Bit dicey. We kind of block some hands that we want to fold, but nonetheless, he's doing it. He gets snapped. I think if we're going to bluff this river, if we're Antonio, we want to go with a gargantuan kind of sizing. I think we kind of put chips in still. Look at this.
Wow.
A top 10 money list for 28 straight years.
Try that on.
And then we hit him with the little needle in parentheses, but never number 1. Okay.
Do you think put me in the top 10 money list for 28 straight years? And watch how much I can lose in the stock market with those proceeds.
Right. And watch me still be broke.
Check.
Shoots it up, Antonio. Help me with the check. Rather, I believe it's a limp. No, it's a dark check. Yes, he shoots it up. Defend.
10-7-6.
And the
fun for everyone.
Dark check.
Esfandiari was second pair, jack kicker. Hellmuth with bottom pair, but that gut shot straight draw, facing the 11K bet.
I kind of think Antonio is a nice check candidate here with middle pair and not too many possibilities. And Hellmuth has a hand that can raise sometimes for sure. But he goes with the check call.
Neither player minds this 10 pairing on the turn.
Right, and I
complicate the affair.
I like this bet from Antonio. The jack kicker is real here. The inferior 7x lurks, the 6x lurks, and other things just like queen 8, which sometimes raise and give you unfortunateness, but not this time. So a nice value bet from Antonio. Oh,
and now he hits the jack for good measure.
And if he bets here, which probably he will, although it is, of course, awkward, just because what calls you. And I would rather bet a jack without a 7 because we really want Phil to have a 7. But having said that, it's still jacks and 10s. And what a dicey situation for Hellmuth. These are unpleasant. We beat things like 8-5, 8-4, so on and so forth. All of those, the 8x, 9x. Oh, we almost had a stand, but
10 seconds.
I think we'd rather call a 6 without an 8. We really want Antonio to kind of have an 8.
We're blocking the busted draw.
We're blocking the busted draw, exactly, playing heads-up poker. 8-9, of course, is the straight, but 8-5, 8-4, 8-3, 8-queen, so on, are all misses. I think we'd rather call here with something like 6 deuce.
And this stuff's all going through Phil's head here as we see him exercise his first time extension.
Yeah,
He's got the call measured out.
It's a weird spot. Pays it off, Ali, and
this one's going to sting a little.
Well, it's a stinger. Confirmed. Takes it well.
Okay.
7-5. Button limp from Phil. Antonio says run it. 2 hearts, 2 sixes, and a deuce, which connects with Antonio for the best holding. He leads, or does he check? I think he bet this. Yeah. Phil making the call. Antonio now full on the turn, and Hellmuth just peeling here in position with that 7-5, straddling one of those sixes.
Yeah, it's reasonable. The straddle. He's got clear outs to be open-ended. He has a heart kind of card that he can bluff, but now I think
61.
often we're done, but he's coming with 61, Ali, and sixes full of deuces here is quite strong. Just when you look at the entire scope of Hellmuth's range, it's awkward, of course, but
And you know what?
what
Hellmuth's a
really
guy.
is Hellmuth supposed to have here? It's
Well, we know he traps sometimes when he
Of
limps on the
course.
button, but I don't think that on this texture he would stand up with the raise now.
Yeah,
I think he would simply call and then maybe on the river.
I agree, and wow, and it's nice to have outs in this life. So
Barf bag to the main game.
sixes full of fives, and I mean, we have echoed fortune favors the brave before, but this is really an out there kind of line from Hellmuth, and what a sweet sight that river is, and we have to go for value here, not just because sixes full of fives are mostly good, but just the we have to kind of bet and hope he folds this so we don't have to show this one down.
100K?
I'm not I think sizing wise, we really want to target the duck, and I would be kind of content going
32.
smaller. I like this. I like this bet where the duck just kind of has to call.
And Phil.
I really like that
got a
size,
5.
actually.
Kidding me.
I got to.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? You want to talk about luck? How lucky are you, buddy?
You hit the 5-7 on me also.
Yeah. Same size pot. Yeah. I mean, you were just, oh my gosh, just trying to give me the chips.
That's right.
Just
Well,
trying
I'm
to
going to
go
be
me.
playing at you now, I'll tell you that. I'm not letting you run me over
Oh, no
anymore.
problem. A 5 on the river. Man,
I should have bet 50.
who wedged that horseshoe up your ass? Jeez.
Wow.
He's going to get a rise out of you like that.
It's just his thing. He'll be like, you know,
Leave
you're going to
poor
play
Ray alone,
queens
man. The man's
against
just
Ray's
aces.
fine. He said he's fine.
The man's just doing his job, for God's sakes, Antonio.
Top pair against bottom pair as it continues to be advantage Antonio, and
9?
9,000.
he's got Phil focused on something other than the poker right now.
He does. He's got the little dealer needles where, and again, we see Hellmuth kind of with a little sprinkle with just a taste of the board, the kind of see where he's at, defensive, blocky kind of style.
Check raising to 9,000, getting called, now shutting down on the turn.
And right now, objectively, it's just sort of not going his way.
He did turn the open ender though.
Did
go with the 4.
And by the way, I
Miss on the end.
do think he had a candidate to kind of keep it going,
I do too.
even though Antonio has top pair where
Well, he's got trips now, and he barrels effortlessly.
And what's tricky about Antonio is he's the kind of guy who will bet call a raise on this flop with some weird ones.
Uh-oh.
71?
Oh, I like this. I kind of like this, honestly. Although,
Well, let's unpack it. If we're Antonio, we hold the king. And now this line from Hellmuth looks particularly suspicious, does it not? He's repping the straight.
everything you just said is spot on, Ali. Well,
10 seconds.
it always looks suspicious heads up because the ranges are so wide, but I like this over calling from Hellmuth because we have real fold equity here, and Esfandiari has a propensity to go thin. He can bet kings and tens here where a lot of people would just be happy to check, and that makes him susceptible to plays like this. However, sometimes he just comes with the call. Here we see he has trips, but still it's kind of the same thing. Hellmuth is saying he has a straight or better. He blocks something like
How long do I have until?
full houses with the 4, and of course the jack 9 ace jack. although
Could it be
it's-
another
How much
king
more?
that's not that's kicker isn't in play? Or does he not make this check raise with that holding?
It's possible. I feel his style with something like king 7 is to kind of check call, and that's what makes
It's 53 more.
this so weird for Antonio because, again, there's a polarization factor with Hellmuth where he's kind of nutted up or dusty.
You have king 4, king 10. I mean, you don't have pocket 10, so I guess you could have
10
king
seconds.
10.
Extension.
Weird spot, Ollie. Trying to figure it out. He could take this line with ace jack or jack 9, but it's tough heads up.
I mean, what the hell?
Hellmuth has a lot of heart. Say what you will, but if he's held down for long enough, he will go for it. Always.
Evan to win? 253?
230.
230? 71, right?
Yep.
Do pocket 4s take this line?
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's possible. I think they bet turn most of the time.
Yeah.
But it's
To
possible.
protect that texture.
Same goes
is
for
a
king
little
4.
pesky.
It's possible. He could check the kind of straight card and have it. Jack 9
Wow.
ace jack probably bets. So it's a little bit weird, but nonetheless, he can have value here. He can have the real deal here, Hellmuth. He's tricky, he's weird. He could check at any time with anything. He's just, it's not so easy.
All right. Fold.
Wow,
Wow.
Mr. Phil Hellmuth, bravo. Very well done. Absolutely. Also, certain players are quite comfortable at the deeper depths, but then when we're shorter, when we have 30 or 40 bigs and more kind of technical execution enters the foray, real deal right and wrong answers lurk. 250
24.
bigs deep, they lurk there as well, but it's a bit the Wild West. But when you have 30 bigs, you better avoid big mistakes, and this is a jammable one.
2 7s have made it 24,000 to go. 3x here at the 4 and 8,000 level.
Defend is lovely, but this hand can do it for 30 bigs,
Oh, right.
and Phil's hand can do it as well, and believe he
Sevens.
snapped, so the heads, tails, Ollie.
Have I prophesized?
I believe you did prophesize.
Right on the heels. I mean, the queen
Small
jack
favor.
does
We
not
needed a
want to get
queen or a
called.
jack.
Stone flip, off
You
we
can find one
go.
in there, right? Rachel, I believe in you. I think you can. What do you think? I think she can.
It's only one call.
That'd be time for a red 7, huh?
No, I think it's going to be a queen. Not a jack. It's going to be a queen. Red queen.
You think they're like trying to manifest, trying to change the cards
4,
in the
5, 6
back,
is
Ollie,
really
deep down? You think they're clinging to that 0.2%?
Good luck, sir.
Maybe if we
I don't
put
know
it
that
out in
they'd
the
cop to
universe.
it.
Here we go, flop.
Ace 8 4 rainbow,
Bit
not a
dry
good one.
for
Nine or
Mr.
10 makes it fun.
Esfandiari. Bit dry, no club anywhere in sight. He's standing.
6 outs twice,
Nice
some
hand,
runners
Phil.
to the straight.
Really? Already?
I mean,
The early
I'm not a
moan,
turn
though.
river guy.
Still
I'm a flop
28%
guy.
from here on out with 2 to come.
Yeah, we got the 9, the 10, the king, the queen, the jack.
See?
Dust.
5 is bad.
Well, you got me.
Down to the jack queen, or Mr. Hellmuth will win round 1 of this high
You
stakes
got me.
duel. The legend. Does he hold?
$100,000 round 1 match, the first ever in high
Oh,
stakes
the
duel
bag is
history.
on, and that's a
Nice
wrap.
Phil Hellmuth comes
battle, bro.
back to
I know
defeat
you're re-challenging me.
Yeah, official.
Antonio
Correct, okay.
Esfandiari,
You
who
got it.
immediately has issued
Luck box.
the rematch.
By the way, I wasn't, that hand you had ace king of clubs, I had 7 high, but if a club comes, you bust me.
Bravo, Phil. Well done.
Well done, but no
Fought
need to
hard.
visit the cage because you can't cash out.
Hey, now. Like that.
Obligated to play at least 3 matches before he is able to collect a check. And while he bested Antonio on this occasion, Esfandiari has exercised his rematch right, which means we will see these two face off again. We certainly hope that you enjoyed this edition of High Stakes Duel. And on behalf of our entire crew here in Las Vegas and my partner in crime, Nick Schulman, I'm Ali Najad saying so long, and we'll see you for the $200,000 round 2.